Hey everyone, it's Artizo479, and first and foremost, yes, I did shave the head. I had a mohawk, and, well, it just didn't work out. Mama didn't like it, so... Alright, well, we got the PNY Geforce GTX 550 Ti. It's the enthusiast edition, I guess, yeah. And so we're going to talk about this today. I've been using it now for about 4 weeks or so. Yeah. I may be a little off. But this is a great card for the price. I paid $117 from Best Buy, and that was with shipping. It was $109 Best Buy without shipping. So... let me tell you my system first. I got a old Hewlett-Packard A4313W. You know, it gets a 5.9 on the Windows experience, but you know, with the graphics card getting like a 7.8. So the processor is a one that I put in later on. It's a AMD Athlon 2X2 250 processor. It's got about 3 gigahertz of clock speed. Got 3 gigs of RAM, because that's as much as this computer will handle. It won't take anything bigger. Running Windows 64-bit operating system. And then we have the graphics card. So, that's it. I don't have any other, doodads or anything like that. And, well, let's just get into it. I'll tell you some of the games I've been playing. Let's start out with Torchlight 2. I have this on high settings with a high of about 70 frames a second and a low of 58 frames a second. So, pretty good, pretty smooth, no problems there. And then we have Skyrim, on high, not ultra settings. We're running at 65 frames and a low of 45, so it's still pretty smooth. I mean, there are a few times when, it's a little, but then we have Stalker Clear Sky, and, this game may be DirectX 9, but this thing will suck your fucking graphics card up. We got a high, actually on Stalker, I think I run it on medium settings, yeah. Just because I don't have the right processor and RAM to really run it on high. So, on that we got a high of 50 and a low of 42 frames. So, that's pretty good. We got Counter-Strike Go. Go is in Global Offensive. Got a high of 78 and a low of 55. So, very smooth. Very nice. And then next we have Dragon Age Origins on high. With that also having a high of 61, low of 47, so pretty smooth all around. Honestly, I believe anything past 30 frames is good, I mean, hell, I used to play WoW 15 frames a second. I thought I was playing smooth. That was on a laptop that was pretty shitty, so. And then we got World of Warcraft with a high of 70 and low of 50. And that's on good settings, and I took down the clutter density and all the foliage and everything, just because, who needs the foliage? I think it looks stupid. So, yeah, we got that. And then Guild Wars 2, also high of 65, low of 40. Pretty good. It's on good settings. It's on medium settings. It's not on high settings. Just because, my computer would shit itself. Probably burn out the graphics card. Path of Exile. We have that on the highest settings. And we're getting about... Oh, wait. No. What am I thinking? Not the highest settings. The mid settings. Because I think those look just fine. Got about 90 frames on that. A low of 73. So that's really nice. Diablo 3 on high settings, we get about 59 frames and a low of 34. So, kind of drops down there. But the worst one, when it comes to dropping down, StarCraft 2. We get that on a good high, not like ultra high, but just high settings. And we got a 55 frames at 31. So, yeah, it's almost bridging that gap. So, yeah, those are what I tested. I didn't do any benchmark scores. I just tested with the video games. But it should still give you a good idea of, you know, what this card's about. I mean, even PNY gave it 5 stars for view and edit photos, 5 stars for watching and editing HD videos. It only got 4 stars for high-res games, and overall system performance 4 stars. Now, honestly, I mean, if you got the money, you might want to go with something a little nicer, but this is a great card. I haven't had any problems with it. My average, let me open it up here. My average, what would you call it? The average heat in Celsius is about, I want to say it gets, max was 77, but on average, I have the fan on 70 with the MSI Afterburner, and I get, lowest is 26. That was my min. My high was 75, and on average I get about 50, 60 degrees Celsius. So it gets a little steamy, a little hot, but you know, that's why we have fans. You know, just keep it cool. I took the entire side off my computer and just keep it open, you know, away from, you know, the dogs and everything, so they don't pee in it or anything. But just away, but still open, and it creates great airflow, and you want to keep good cable management. This machine here, it actually, I had to use a separate power supply just to use this card, because my machine doesn't allow it. It's only got like a 280 watt power supply, so I had to use a separate power supply for the graphics card. And it only takes a 6-pin power connector, which is very nice. So, yeah, like, I went from, I can't believe I'm showing you this. This is the old processor. It was actually, this is the old Athlon 2 piece, but the actual processor itself was an AMD Sempron. And it was okay. It got about 210 gigahertz. It wasn't amazing, you know, but for a laptop that I only paid $300 for back then, it was okay. And then this is the graphics card. It's the Geforce 210, and it's a good little card. You know, it doesn't take any power supplies or anything. You know, you just drop it straight in. But, you know, I had to upgrade it because I was pushing its limits, and it was starting to show. But for when I had it, and for what I used it for, it was pretty good. The guys that sold it to me ripped me off. They sold it to me for $70, and I could have got it for like $40 on Newegg. So that kind of pissed me off. But, you know, it's still a great card, and, you know, it's great if you want to test a machine. You can just drop it in to see if the machine's even working. And then I got another card from a friend. This is even older, and this takes a 6-pin. This is the, the Geforce 9600 GT. Right there. Look at that big bad boy. It's not really thick, but it is long. Whereas this one is a little thicker, but shorter. So, yeah, these are the graphics cards that I've had. These are the ones I've used. And to get something like this, especially at $100, that's insane. That is a great deal. And, you know, I'd like to thank Best Buy You know, I'd like to thank boys over at PNY, everyone who, you know, the retailers, everyone that's making these cards, because these are great cards, you know. If you're a budget gamer like me, and you don't have the money to go build a insane system, this is a great choice, you know. I've had to pick apart my system for a long time to get it to where it is now, and it's running games very smooth, and I'm proud of it. You know, the fact that it runs Skyrim on high settings with, you know, barely any flaws at all, I mean, that's insane. I mean, Skyrim's 65 frames, that's insane. Low 42, but still, you know, I mean, this is what I want. It's a budget machine, and it does everything a budget machine will do. I've put, I want to say, let's see, I've probably put about $300 into it, and I paid about $300, yeah, because it came with the monitor too. And so, yeah, I'd say it's easily a $500 machine. You know, I put $600 in it, but I could probably get $4 or $5 out of it. But I'm not going to sell it. I love it too much. It's a great machine. So, yeah, that's been my Geforce GTX 550 Ti review. The Enthusiast Edition by PNY. What do I give this? I'm going to give this card, even though it gets a little hot, I'm going to give it a good 8. Because I don't think the heat is something you should really worry about too much. As long as you don't, you know, play Skyrim for 12, 15 hours, you're fine. But I played Skyrim for about 6, 7 hours, and it only got to 75 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's high, but, you know, you let it cool down. That's why I have the MSI Afterburner. You can crank the fan up. And that's another thing, the fan is very quiet. So, yeah, that's been my review. 8 out of 10. You can give it a 4 out of 5 stars. 1, you know, 1.5 thumbs. Alright, well, that's me, Mr. Ardizzle479. Rate, comment, subscribe. If you like it, I would love for you to subscribe, because I'm going to be putting out more videos. We've got the Fun and BGs. We've got the Skyrim Travels. We might do a little bit of Counter-Strike Go at some point. Maybe some Diablo. Me and my guys are getting together, and we're going to see if we can't do a Diablo show. And, yeah. So, just rate, comment, subscribe. Subscribe! Peace.